The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is Wednesday's news. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, New Island PA amongst ICAC arrests, PNGDF relooks option to open new naval base, and Tigers and Eagles to split points. The acting provincial administrator of New Island Province, Richard Andia, is the latest to be arrested in a string of arrests made recently by the Independent Commission Against Corruption. Andia was charged with 3 counts of corruption-related offences. He is out on police bail.
According to the Acting Commissioner of the Independent Commission Against Corruption, or ICAC, Don Savong, the Acting Provincial Administrator for New Island, Richard Andia, is facing charges of abuse of office, misappropriation of public funds, and false pretense under Sections 91, 383, and 404 of the Criminal Code Act. It is alleged that he facilitated and received a payment of 85,000 kina to himself for purportedly hiring out his personal vehicle to the New Island Provincial Administration. He was arrested and released on a 9,000 kina police bail with conditions he will appear in court in a later date.
His bail conditions require that he does not leave the province without leave of the court, not to interfere with witnesses, and not to commit any further offences. The matter has now been adjourned to the 14th of October 2026 for further proceedings under the committal proceedings.
Savong also announced the arrest of Kupun Marang, Executive Officer of the Jivaka Provincial Government. Kupun was charged with 2 counts of misappropriation contrary to Section 383A of the Criminal Code Act 1974. The charges relate to an alleged misappropriation of 100,000 kina under the pretext of an asset recovery exercise and a further 280,812 kina 43 toya allegedly paid to his business Holy Boost Trading purportedly for a fencing project. He has been granted bail and is next due to appear in the Mins District Court on August 27, 2026. Savong also confirmed other arrests in Jivaka Province, including Sivi Takay, the Provincial Financial Manager, and Kelly Kumasan, Provincial Finance Officer Examiner of Jivaka Provincial Government. Both are also been arrested and charged with misappropriation contrary to Section 383A of the Criminal Code Act 1974 in relation to the alleged dishonest application of the same 280,812 kina 43 toya payment to Holy Boost Trading. They are all out on bail and will appear at the Mins District Court at the end of the month.
These public servants were arrested and charged in connection with our investigations into allegations of misappropriation of public funds with the Jivaka Provincial Government.
Meantime, Savong also confirmed that the legal officer of the Securities Commission of Papua New Guinea, Tony Cavas, was also arrested for obstructing an ICAC officer. Mr. Cavas is since charged under Section 158 of the Organic Law on the Independent Commission Against Corruption. The matter is scheduled for trial before the Waigani District Court from October 5th to 7th, 2026. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Sawong further confirmed that following a bail hearing at the Minj District Courthouse, ICAC officers were confronted by one Amban Ape, who allegedly drove his vehicle aggressively toward them in an apparent attempt to intimidate them before verbally threatening the officers and demanding they leave the province and cease their investigative activities. Police officers on duty at the scene responded promptly, arresting Mr. Ape, who has since been charged with obstruction and threatening ICAC officers.
ICAC treats such incidents with utmost seriousness, and I want to emphasize that anybody who intimidates, threatens, or does anything to threaten and harass investigating officers will be arrested and charged.
Minister responsible for PNG Power, Richard Maru, says there will be no power purchase agreement between PNG Power and independent power producers, citing the insolvent state of PNG Power.
During a meeting today with Shenzhen Energy Group, Minister Maru said he will not support the proposed Ramotu project, which is an independent power producer. The reason being because power purchasing agreements between PPL and IPPs have put PPL in an insolvent state today. With plans for PNG Power to be partially privatized, Maru invited Shenzhen Energy to consider taking up shares in PPL and fund new hydro projects as a new shareholder of a partially privatized PPL. He says the only project he fully supports and is committed to is the TVWAN solar project in Morobe province. In a similar note, Maru said Burum Hydro in Pinchapen should not be developed as IPP. Meanwhile, Minister Maru indicated that PPL was already doing a feasibility study to build a new 90 megawatts hydro in Nawai district to supply power and water for Ley. Mason Lewis, TVWAN News.
A proposal for the Jaquinot Forward Operations Base is before the Pomio District Development Authority Board, and Minister for Defense Elias Kapavore is keen to see work start on the planned base. The Jaquinot Forward Operating Base was shelved since 2018. However, given its strategic position and history, Minister Kapavore has given strong endorsement for its establishment.
Members of the PNG Defence Force and a team from the Department of Defence were on the ground in Pomio recently to identify a suitable area to host the Jaquinot Forward Operations Base. During their search, they identified Wunum as the proposed base site. Minister for Defence and member for Pomio Elias Kapavore highlighted the next steps before consultation with landowners.
Tesla you must come through. You must come through. Na aste bitok thank you as of today by online the forward team or the picture presentation but okay you the last couple of days all around the checking to some the place lo ya na talk sa you lo one site one place through only marking finish no ba talk sa you na start long next week the contact by walk by start lo believes the forward operation base lo ya.
Given that this project is to be hosted in his district, he also took time to clear any misunderstandings that may arise from this, noting that the project began even before his time as minister.
You know, because the Minister of Defense na me making this last something. It's like must go clear. Talk no building forward operation base from the base of Navy or Defense Force, the Papua New Guinea, or Chaganat Bay, and talk will start before yet. And we start before we make Minister of Defense. If you go to the story, long Papa Blibla now poor there's a very place in Mistabia and base the Australia Defense Force, the 1944-45. Australian Defense Force, one time US, New Zealand, only Bunganten, only containing all Japan, the Arabao.
With a rich history as one of the key bases for Australians during World War II, establishing a base at Wunum would help in maintaining a connection with the unit that had served and create an avenue for people-to-people connection with the Allied forces, the Australian Defence Force, and Australia in general. Chief of Defense Rear Admiral Philip Pollara expects this establishment to increase the capability of the force.
All people people can look in, people on the defense, people wearing uniform long fight low water so. Currently, as we talk people helping no building three road and Taplo Highlands. People helping no look out in Exxon Mobil triple gas field people at Harriman Taplo Highlands. Oil field blow you mean long Moro, long Southern Highlands. People defense to help him. On the road and on Western Highlands, you go Medang, people completing Western Highland side. So all kind remote areas, when government people can help him, when people can help him, people can help him. So no good people kissing people wrong, so people come here, nothing people no prepare some can fight or no God. Constitution and allow people to no nation building. So and what of people and defend, serve our people, and build our country. And
Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
The PNG University of Technology's new School of Petroleum Engineering will be registering its first intakes in 2027. The new school was launched yesterday by the Prime Minister James Marape.
The launch of the Petroleum Engineering School at the PNG University of Technology on Tuesday, August 11th, 2026 was not simply the introduction of another academic program. Vice-Chancellor Professor Ora Renagi emphasized that it is a direct response to the national skills requirement.
This program responds directly to the skills needs of our nation and in particular the growing requirements of Papua New Guinea petroleum and energy sector.
Professor Renagi further said the initiative is part of a much broader strategy for PNG UOT. The university has embarked on a deliberate program of diversification to ensure that it remains relevant to the changing needs of Papua New Guinea.
In 2027, we will begin to offer first-year intake in aerospace engineering that will provide industry skills in the aviation industry, from aircraft maintenance engineers to traffic control officers to meteorologists conducting the weather patterns and so on, and down the track pilot training. In addition to the curriculum of the civil engineering, we will be adding railway and tunneling courses so that they meet the demand that is arising from within the transportation sector in the country.
In 2028, the university plans to introduce agriculture mechanization to support rural farmers' transition from subsistence to mechanized farming. Vice President of the PNG Chamber of Resources and Energy, John Derek Lewins, acknowledged PNG UOT for playing an important role in developing engineers and technical professionals for over 5 decades.
For Papua New Guinea, the real measure of resource development is not only what we extract or what revenues we generate, it's also what we build and retain in this country.
Prime Minister James Marape described PNG UOT as the #1 university that has contributed to the human capital in our country.
Say thank you very much on behalf of our country that appreciates the work of lecturers, faculty members of the great University of Technology going forward into the future. The need of 1975 is not same, although some are relevant right through perpetually. Workforce need, workforce culture, workforce acumen and skills are emerging every month, every year, if not every day as we speak. Believe it or not, technology is emerging at lightning pace. And so our schools must adapt to this change.
Prime Minister Marape said this is why the national government has given a total of 141 million kina to PNG UOT in the last 7 years for infrastructure development alone. Kamala Guare, TV1 News, Ley.
You're watching TV1 News. We'll bring you the day's other stories after the break. Stay with us.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Toks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
Oh, what a game this has been. With a minute to go, it all comes down to this.
And here they come. They go wide. Passes to Becky. He juggles. Kicks it. Who'll get there? No Cara. He's over. What a try. All the emotions are flowing. Jubilation. Ecstasy. What a game.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up and big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo yes, magic on you.
Maggi, P&G é minha. Find P&G made.
Show the dishes who's boss. Fight mess with Axion, the tough grease stripper. 100% effective at doing the dirty work. The triple active power breaks down tough grease, and its antibacterial formula leaves dishes squeaky clean. Get tough on grease. Get Axion.
You have to meet my best friend. She's the sweetest. Hey, check out my hair.
Which one? The one on your head or the one in the sink? Relax. Next time, just use the Mega Growth Anti-Damage Relaxer. It's infused with wonder oils and conditioning proteins for visibly less hair breakage after retouching. Now your hair looks great.
Thank you.
Mega Growth Anti-Damage No-Light Cream Relaxer for visibly less hair breakage after retouching.
Welcome back. The state has signed the revised Community Development Agreement for the Hidden Valley Mining Project in Ley Morbe Province yesterday. From the 8 parties to the agreement, only 3, including the state, signed the agreement, while the remaining parties will sign later.
Parties to the Community Development Agreement are the Nakui Association Incorporation, representing the landowners, Blolo Eben Local Level Government, Wau Eben Local Level Government, Watut Rural Local Level Government, Wau Rural Local Level Government, Morobe Provincial Government, the Independent State of Papua New Guinea, and Morobe Consolidated Coalfields Limited, or Eden Valley Mine. And the 3 parties who signed the CDA yesterday are the state, Nakui Association Incorporation, and the operator of the mine, Morobe Consolidated Gold Fields Limited, or Harmony Gold. Mineral Resource Authority, in a statement, said the remaining 5 parties will sign later as they have to agree on a benefit sharing with distribution breakup through a provincial executive council meeting, which was expected to be held today in Ley. Minister for Mining, Solen Loifa, signed on behalf of the state and acknowledged the efforts of the government, landowners, impacted communities, and the former governor for Morobe Province, late Luther Wenge, noting that Wenge was instrumental in delivering the CDA. The signing of the revised CDA will pave way for the parties to access benefits such as royalties, special support grants, tax credit schemes, and business spin-offs. MRA stressed the importance of landowners and communities to use their benefits wisely and in a manner that will improve their lives, including venturing into sustainable development. MRA also called on all parties to take ownership of the CDA and ensure they honor their respective commitments. Mason Lewis, TV1 News.
The Department of Justice and the Attorney General launched its Electronic Funds Transfer or EFT onboarding system today in Port Moresby. This is in line with the government's agenda to transition from check-based payment to electronic funds transfer payment system.
The Electronic Funds Transfer or EFP onboarding marked an important milestone for the Department of Justice and Attorney General. Deputy Secretary Corporate Affairs and General Administration Michelle Thompson expressed how this will strengthen the efficiency, timelessness, transparency and accountability of government payment processes. She said DGEC finance staff have undergone training and are ready to use this system, which will be fully implemented throughout the country by 2027. She said the system is not different from the IFMS system. It rather improves the IFMS system. The EFT system will strengthen financial control, reduce the risk associated with check presentation, handling and collection, and minimize the delay in the payment process, among others. Finance Department Deputy Secretary Operations Stephen said the initiative is part of bigger reforms the Finance Department is undergoing, with DGEC being the 6th department agency to implement the system.
Check and approve. So now whoever that is proposing is the maker, and then it will go through the checker and then the approval. So it's like the two signature process. So we've automated the process into the system.
Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
A major 4-day disaster management and humanitarian assistance field training exercise was opened yesterday in Lae. The training, facilitated by the U.S. Embassy Port Moresby, will be hosted at multiple locations in Morobe Province to build provincial disaster response capacity.
Running from August 11th to the 14th, 2026, a major 4-day disaster management and humanitarian assistance field training exercise is underway in Lae, Morobe Province. The training is led by the U.S. Pacific Command's Center for Excellence in Disaster Management and Humanitarian Assistance in coordination with the Wisconsin National Guard, the Papua New Guinea Defense Force, the National Disaster Center, and the National Maritime Safety Authority. This initiative aims to establish robust province-level disaster response coordination systems that can be rapidly deployed across a wide variety of natural and maritime emergencies. CFEDM Training and Engagements Branch Chief James Canwolf said disaster preparedness is the ultimate expression of their shared commitment to regional security, and this field training ensures that their forces work as a unified team to save lives and protect vulnerable communities. Morobe Province is highly exposed to natural hazards, regularly experiencing riverine flooding, landslides and droughts, making it an essential training ground for testing local and national coordination systems. The training will feature hands-on drills in oil spill response operations at the Port of Lae, alongside search and rescue, displaced population management, and medical emergency response at the PNGDF Engineering Battalion's Igam Barracks. A wide network of civilian and humanitarian organizations are participating in the exercise, including the Morobe Provincial Government, PNG Red Cross Society, International Organization for Migration, Spirit of America, and World Vision. These local partners are joined by international experts from the Wisconsin National Guard, the U.S. Coast Guard, and the U.S. Army Pacific's Oceania Engagement Team. Kamala Guare, TV1 News, Lae.
The International Organization for Migration has begun a community-led climate adaptation planning process and local adaptation value chain assessment in Yagain, Carteret Islands, under the UK-funded Climate Action for a Resilient Asia or CARA program. The initiative will identify climate risks, adaptation gaps and livelihood opportunities to help strengthen resilience in one of Bougainville's most climate-vulnerable atoll communities. IOM says the assessment will support locally driven solutions to address challenges such as sea level rise, coastal erosion, saltwater intrusion, drought, and food insecurity, while ensuring inclusion of vulnerable groups. Findings from the exercise will guide the development of a community climate adaptation village plan for Yagain, aimed at improving resilience, sustainable livelihoods, and community preparedness for future climate impacts. The 13th National Flower Show officially opened in Port Moresby yesterday, with floriculture labeled as a growing industry that can strengthen families, communities, and livelihoods across Papua New Guinea.
The 13th Flower Show is now officially open, showcasing blooms from across the country under the theme Floral Explosion. The opening was followed by the judging of floral arrangements. Categories included special exhibits, unique plants, and the Farmer's Corner. The National Flower Show is an annual event and is now into its 18th year running. First introduced in 2009, the show has attracted participation from florists across the country. PNG Floriculture Association President Lynn Lantaka thanked Eastern Islands and Morobe for bringing blooms despite the dry season in Port Moresby and welcomed Jiwaka for joining for the first time.
Planti was a sleeping giant. Yes, mipla looking money in sell up, so mipla losing work na mipla come stop us. Suppose you round on lo city na no got work na you round on nothing stop. And you can go and sell or this la business too. This la business and easy pla work, you don't need a big pla yard or big pla space, liglig or pot, so you can make him or liglig around area you can plant him or cut flowers about money and stuff. So me encourage him, mipla, you stop nothing lo city, no got work you na round lo city. Now you may make a plenty rubbish na give matok lo government na this plaka and you can stop him now. Work in this la business. Now this la business too. And he also making you busy so plenty cast na ludo na bingo na this la kainian but you stop him now. You can work in this la so you may by at least helping me play it now. No got poor man in selo country. All got money got money na kai na all stop.
Assistant Director for the Informal Economic Sector, Cecilia Rondimi, delivered the keynote address on behalf of the Secretary for Community Development. She commended the association's commitment to promoting floriculture, saying the show provides a platform for growers, designers, youths and entrepreneurs to showcase their talents.
So not just as a hobby, but as a serious livelihood and a growing economic opportunity. You are also encouraging environmental appreciation and a responsible use of our natural gifts. Floriculture has meaningful development value. It creates jobs, income for household, especially for women and young people. It supports small businesses in production, transport scales, event decoration, and tourism.
Rondimi urged young people to see in the show the message of positivity, discipline, and creativity, while encouraging communities and partners to invest in skills development, market access, and innovation. Ruth Rongola, TV1 News.
The Koki SDA Church and 2 other youth groups were supported with 3 sets of PA systems yesterday. The presentation was done at the Koki Fitness Center.
The support came from the Office of the Moresby South District Development Authority. Member for Moresby South, Justin Tachenko, when presenting the items, acknowledged the important role of churches and youth groups in shaping communities in the district and committed his DDA support to these groups.
When your proposal came to me and when you spoke about what you plan to do with your programs and activities, I had no hesitation so that it can make a difference in not only your community, but also communities throughout Moresby South.
The Burning Flame Ministry was given 2 professional loudspeakers and a Yamaha piano, amongst other instruments. Super Timothy, on behalf of the ministry, thanked Tachenko for the donation and outlined how this will help to expand the work in the electorate.
Kan jy nou something of come up with the nations of Papua New Guinea affect him life bloman and soul bloman. Na request to me bla lo kisim instrument. Em lo round na making outreach. Lokisim soul come inside, so almost sour Lord Jesus Christ. The both team sound system go more.
Koki SDA Church and Jakalu Sounds were also given speakers and musical instruments. While Koki SDA Church will use the instruments at church and during outreach programs, Jakalu Sounds will utilize the instruments in a studio, providing a venue for young and aspiring musicians in the district to record songs. Ruth Rongula, TVWAN News.
And now the finance report. The kina closed lower at $0.2263 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2188 $0.3062 Australian dollars, $0.1816 euro, and 34.60 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York closed, coffee, palm oil, and crude oil closed higher, and gold, cocoa, and copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. TV1 News continues after these messages. Don't go away.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
Start your day by doing the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. Wake up. Brush your teeth. And smile. Smile throughout your day with Colgate.
Guest! Oh no! And the bathroom smells like this!
A fancy hand wash, come to the front! Loofah older than Uncle Foofa, please hide behind! Last year's face wash, time to cover your face!
You can hide all that junk, sure, but how will you hide the smell anymore?
Godrej Air Pocket!
Wow! With Power Gel technology, keeps the bathroom fresh for up to 30 days. Godrej Air Pocket. Bye-bye bad smell. Hello sweet fragrance.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Use our tools and condom and one way where you can abuse seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy. Ting him, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blong you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborus him seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banis him you yet na future blong you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Ready for the world, so is your TISA Visa card. Visa keeps you moving wherever you go, Papua New Guinea or abroad. Seamlessly pay for travel, dining, online shopping. Easily access your funds and instantly track your expenses. Every tap comes with security, trust, and peace of mind. Unlock the world of possibilities. And it all starts with the new TISA Visa card.
Thanks for staying with us. A new double classroom was opened recently at Tole Junior High School, an SDA-run church agency school in the Rigo East LLG of Central Province. With more than 700 students, the classroom will support the growing student population. This is the first infrastructure after the school was elevated to a junior high school. 7 out of 13 schools were selected by the Central Province Education Board in 2025 to be junior high schools. The Central Provincial Government commenced building classrooms from these schools in 2025 and continued in 2026. Tola Junior High School, as a recipient of this project and the completed double classroom, was opened last Friday. Tola Junior High School Principal Tony Omohae acknowledged the support, noting that adequate facilities remain one of the major challenges facing the growing school. The new classroom will provide additional learning space and help the school better accommodate its students. The Central Provincial Government and administration urged the school board, students, parents, and members of the community to take care of the infrastructure and commended their contributions towards the classroom. This project went into construction after the Governor for Central, Rufina Peter, had officiated a groundbreaking ceremony during the 50th Independence Anniversary celebrations in 2025. A promise kept with the cutting of the ribbon to officially open the classrooms on Friday, the 8th of August, 2026. Turning overseas, when it comes to feeding 2,500 military personnel, there is no such thing as too many cooks in the kitchen. The ABC has been given a rare behind-the-scenes look into how more than 80 chefs from 5 countries whip up around 80,000 meals during exercise Pitch Black.
Fueling fighters before they take flight.
With people spending so much time away from home, it's good for them to have a meal that kind of reminds them of where they came from and kind of help them acclimate to where they are.
This kitchen is one of 4 at the Royal Australian Air Force's base in Darwin, hosting more than 80 chefs from Canada, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Fiji and the United Kingdom, tasked with cooking up 3,600 meals every day during exercise Pitch Black.
It's a pretty cool experience, seeing all their techniques, like how they cook food, what type of dishes they want to make, and learning how they do their things.
It's also a chance to share a slice of home.
We had the chance to do Nanaimo bars, sugar tart. Unfortunately, we don't have maple syrup flavor, so we did our best and people has enjoyed it so far, our own Canadian dessert.
Exercise Pitch Black is all about improving Australia's relationships with our closest allies and neighbours, offering crews the opportunity to taste working life from countries around the world.
It's nice to meet different cultures from all around the world and take recipes, share your own way of doing things as well. They do some good curries here, so I've actually got a whole list that I've got emailed to me back home.
Exchanging culinary secrets while trading tactical tips.
A new service providing free healthcare to homeless people has officially launched in Canberra. Street-side medics aim to remove barriers to see a GP and reduce the health stigmas Canberra's homeless community face.
Inside this van are stethoscopes, vaccinations, medications and needles for blood tests. Streetside Medics is a free mobile GP clinic for people experiencing homelessness.
Once a week we set up clinic on the side of the road and they'll come to us. We will attend to any medical need. We'll take their blood, send them for investigations, refer them as required, give them medication, give them support.
It's the first of its kind in Canberra, joining 15 clinics across New South Wales and Victoria, filling a gap in homelessness support.
A lot of our existing support services are really at saturation point, and I think just in terms of the well-being of the community, this is a silent population.
No judgment, no questions asked. If you come to us and you need to support your healthcare needs, then we're able to do that.
Bulk billing rates in the ACT remain the lowest in the country, and many homeless people do not have a Medicare card.
That is a barrier to people accessing healthcare, but also people experience stigma. They may have financial pressures that make it difficult to pay for the gap.
On top of providing medical support, the service also helps with loneliness.
A lot of our patients really will come and visit and maybe just talk to our support members and want to have a chat and look for human connection, really.
Tackling one of many barriers facing those experiencing homelessness.
Australians in their 50s are taking drastic measures to try and crack the housing market. but those who do buy their first property later in life face the prospect of retiring with mortgage debt, increasing the risk of homelessness.
At 53 years old, John Atwood's dream of owning a slice of the Gold Coast is still just out of reach.
Like, we've seen it go from bugger all to, astronomical prices.
He's moved back in with his elderly mother in the hopes of saving enough to buy a home next year.
If we'd gone on the standard rental market, I doubt we would have anything left over.
But if he does secure a mortgage, the working years left to pay it off are running out.
It does concern me going into retirement.
Peak housing body National Shelter estimates by 2031 about 440,000 older households won't be able to find or afford suitable housing, with more people heading towards retirement with major debt.
This is right across the income distribution. People in their 50s, 60s and 70s now retiring with mortgage debt, and housing stress is pretty common in most parts of the country.
With few choices available, experts say Mr Atwood's decision to live at home and save is prudent, and others in his shoes are following suit.
That's the best way to manage cost of living while at the same time being able to have access to a home.
This is TVWAN News. Coming up in sports, Eagles and Tigers to split competition points following the suspension of their match last week, and Lahani is not happy with this decision. Those stories and more after the break. Stay tuned.
Always on WhatsApp? Then this is your style of banking with TISA. Check your account balance or even chat with a TISA Bank agent. Get started today by following these simple steps. 1. Save TISA Bank's official WhatsApp number in your phone. 2. Open WhatsApp and send a simple hi. 3. Follow the menu to start banking. It's that easy. TISA Bank. Banking on change.
Oh, what a game this has been. With a minute to go, it all comes down to this. And here they come. They go wide. Passes to Becky. He juggles. Kicks it. Who will get there? No, Kara. He's over. What a try. All the emotions are flowing. Jubilation. Ecstasy. What a game.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself. Go beyond with Protex.
It is World Cup Rugby League. How good is it to be back united? Another big crash bang wallop effort, and this time it is Nixon Potts who gets over the line to score. There was a sense of inevitability about all of it. Oh, it's bounced away from him. They're queuing up here. They're queuing up, and they're over for another. Nutley.
Thanks for staying with us. The PNG National Rugby League Commission has decided that the match between Tigers and Central Dabari scheduled for the final round in Lae will be moved to Port Moresby and that no games will be played in Lae this weekend. The Bintago Gorica Lahanis have expressed strong disappointment over the PNRG NRL's decision to split the competition points between the Mount Hagen Eagles and Lae Tigers following the abandonment of their match.
Lahanis coach Michael Moses described the decision as a worrying precedent for professional rugby league in Papua New Guinea, questioning the fairness and consistency of the ruling. The match was suspended about 10 minutes into the second half after the referee awarded a controversial try to the Lae Snakes Tigers. The decision was disputed by the Hagen Eagles and tensions quickly escalated, resulting in a physical confrontation involving players and spectators. With the match unable to continue, the PNG RFL subsequently decided to award one competition point to each team. The decision did not go down well with Moses, who thinks there was enough playing time remaining when the match was abandoned, noting that rugby league games are won in 3 seconds. He also questioned why a replay was not considered, saying the option appeared to have been ruled out despite the circumstances surrounding the abandonment. The Lahanis management has since raised its concerns with PNG NRL officials and is seeking clarification on the reasons behind the points sharing decision, citing injustice in their rulings. Moses warned that the ruling could create an undesirable precedent and potentially encourage teams or supporters to take advantage of similar situations in the future. The Lahanis are now awaiting a formal response from PNG NRL explaining the basis for the points sharing decision. Rex Lita, TVWAN Sports.
The East New Britain Egma Gurias women's team delivered a strong performance against defending Premier's Gas Resources Central Dabaris last Saturday, only falling short by 2 points in round 5 of the Santos Cup Power Mary round at the Santos National Football Stadium. After playing second fiddle to the competition in the past 2 seasons, the Gurias women showed a lot of improvement in their game structure and management, drawing from experience and confidence playing at the elite women's level over the past 2 years.
Under coach Lineford Guri started off their 2026 season with a draw against a star-studded Port Moresby Vipers lineup 2-2 at the Guri's home ground before registering their first victory in round 4 over the Lae Snakes Tigers 18-8 at the Gelegele Sports Centre. Led by captain Cynthia Peters, Guri's strong showing against defending premiers on Saturday has instilled a lot of confidence and belief in the current playing group that they can push forward for a top 4 finish heading into round 6 this weekend. Recapping on last week's loss to Dabaris, Guri's coach Gori highlighted the lack of patience with the ball and poor execution. Guri's are looking to polish up and finish off the season with a positive outcome this weekend.
Yes, we come prepare since go up against him top of the ladder team like Dabaris and Islam. Prepare alright, but just really got something that may affect him or cost him cost him game bloom. But if one something that may really affect him is patience, more control. Yeah, so I believe in the team, in the squad that we have. Most of the girls are still young, they're still learning, and we have a long way to go. But for us, we believe we can make the top 4. Yeah.
Gurias are on 3 points and occupy 5th place behind Lahanis and Tigers, all tied up 5 points apiece in the 4th and 5th placings, with Eagles bringing up the rear on 2 points. The Barris remain at the top with 8 points, followed by Vipers second on 7 points. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The visiting 12th-ranked Thailand women's team have displayed class and enterprise in cricket over the past 2 days during the one-day international T20 series at Amini Cricket Park, Port Moresby. The Thai girls were stunned by host PNG Lewa's 110/5 to 109/5 in the opening day of the ODI T20 series on Monday, but bounced back to beat PNG by wickets to level the series yesterday.
Losing by 5 wickets on Monday after being chased down by the host PNG Levels, the visitors showed great professionalism to bounce back in style on Tuesday, reversing their misfortunes by winning the match by 6 wickets. This come-from-behind win sets a strong platform for a promising campaign in the upcoming 50-over series scheduled over the next 5 days from Thursday, August 13 to Monday, August 17. Thailand women's coach Peter Jansen said their loss to PNG on day one was a wake-up call that allowed the girls to readjust and adapt to the new pitch and conditions, which were challenging, especially being first-timers in Port Moresby.
We thought the outfield was going to be a lot quicker, and that wasn't the case. Bumpy, yes, but not as quick as we thought. We doubled up on all the doubles that we were running. We got to 14 doubles, but we left a few boundaries out there where we thought the ball would go to the boundary and we just take 1s and 2s. So just going forward, we need to sharpen up on that, and then bowling as well, just bowl better in spells, and then we should get over the line.
Coach Jansen also mentioned that the team had recently attended a couple of tournaments in Malaysia and had contemplating playing a few lead-up matches prior to coming to PNG, but those plans didn't materialize.
But that doesn't take away we're professional athletes. We still need to sharpen up, obviously do the work behind the scenes. I think the preparation's gone well. We're currently missing a player also, Natakan Chantam. She's flying in from the UK now. So hopefully with her coming in for the ODIs, it might just swing a different way.
Jansen offered brief insights into the composition of the Thailand team, highlighting that most of the players have played and continue to play at a professional league level.
Most of our players have played in fair break. A few of them have gone to Big Bash, the women's league. And then, yes, Natakan Chantam, she's played at the WPL before. And she's currently in the UK, but hopefully in future we can get a few more. And like we said, there is a few youngsters, a lot of girls under 20, under 21 years old. And yes, hopefully in the near future we can sharpen them up and get them nice and ready for big cricket.
Both teams will take Wednesday off before the 50-over series continue on Thursday. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast: Southern. Port Moresby partly cloudy with possible light showers. Daru and Alotau partly cloudy. Momase, Ley partly cloudy with few showers. Wibak and Vanimore partly cloudy with possible few showers. New Guinea Islands, Kokoporo Bowl and Kimber cloudy with rain showers. Buka cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Highlands region, Mount Hagen becoming cloudy with rain showers. All other Highland centers, cloudy periods with rain showers. Ocean forecast: Coral Sea. Seas light to moderate with southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots, reaching 20 knots at times over the eastern sector. Solomon Sea. Seas light to moderate with southeast of 10 to 20 knots. Bismarck Sea. Seas moderate to rough, becoming slight over the eastern sector with southeast winds of 20 to 33 knots, decreasing at 10 to 15 knots over the eastern sector. Pacific Ocean. Seas light, becoming moderate to rather rough over the eastern sector, with southeast to southwest winds of 10 to 15 knots, reaching 20 to 25 knots over the eastern sector. And coastal waters forecast: waters of Samarai to all Milne Bay Islands to Cape Vogel, seas 1.5 to 2 meters. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Finchefin, sea 0.5 to 1.3 meters, increasing to 2 meters over open waters to Finchefin. Waters from Finchefin through Vitias and Dampier Strait to CRC and Long Islands, seas 2 to 3 meters over warning areas. And that ends Tuesday's news. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by